So you grew this mineral enhanced carbon, and now it's your opportunity to get the most of it. Hi, welcome again. My name is Steve Stumbras with Purple Cow Organics. This segment concludes with one of my all-time favorite field videos. 3 ag professionals standing in the field, virtually dumbfounded by what they saw. I was one of them. We've talked previously about advancing carbon from the air, the atmosphere, to the plants, from the plants to the soil, and then once in the soil, from organic matter to organic carbon. We've also talked about the fact that it's biology that drives this advancement from one stage to the next. Ultimately, it's biology that moves that carbon from the atmosphere to the plants to the soil, and from in the soil, from an organic matter to stable organic carbon. Crop residue management is exactly that. Breaking down carbon, moving the minerals that you grew in last year's crop into a carbon and fertility source for next season's crop. If you are a no-tiller, I think this is an essential application. If you farm strips or incorporate, this is going to expedite the process. There are some who believe that of all the opportunities to bring biology into your system, this is the touch point that's going to give you the greatest return on your investment. So here's the clip.
In many fields, especially no-till or limited-till operations, crop residue prevents farmers from getting maximum production going forward. The biology in Purple Cow Organics CX1 can change this. On the left is the untreated area of the previous year's corn stover. On the right, stover from the area treated with CX1 and Boost. You can see the lighter colored, untreated residue is still sturdy, moist, flexible, and not easily broken down by tillage equipment. On the right, the treated area, the stover is like dried charcoal. It will shatter with the first equipment pass of the season. Watch as Carl bends each of these corn stalks from last season.
Ready? Yeah. It's just amazing, the difference.
That is. That's
Planters bounce off residue that hasn't broken down, preventing proper planting depth. While there are 45 pounds of nitrogen, 15 pounds of phosphorus, 92 pounds of potassium, 6 pounds of sulfur, 18 pounds of calcium, and 18 pounds of magnesium in the residue of an average 155 BPA cornfield, these minerals will stay locked up when the residue is sturdy, moist, and flexible. But when the residue shatters, this is an indication that microbes have consumed the cellulose and these minerals will become plant available because of the biological process called mineral cycling. Here is the next year's soybean crop in August of 2019. The crop residue application was done in December of 2018. There were no other differences in fertility. The increased girth, root mass, quality, and quantity of pods come from the biological cycling of the minerals from the previous year's corn stover.
So that's the key. You're building carbon. You're making the task of planting next year easier. You're using biology. It's biosanitation benefits. Oftentimes pathogens can overwinter in the stover itself. You're turning the minerals that are locked up into really fertilizer for next year's crop. In the end, that residue is either going to stay there in your way, or you're going to harness it for fertilizer for next season. So again, crop residue management, biology is the driver behind it. Changing that carbon from one form to the next to get the most out of your cropping system. So thanks for tuning in. See you next time.